I'm actually getting a little nervous about doing the bit I'm about to do because I don't want to do it.
Well, you should be.
So, okay. Hello, and welcome to SYWB podcast.
Yeah, hold on. Is it zoomed out in the middle?
Yeah.
Now, are you going to mute that, or are you just going to let it echo?
You're right. So, we chose a really bad time to stop making a podcast. We chose a really bad time to stop making a podcast, right, Jason? Lots happened in the world. Not very many good things.
Yeah, not many good things.
You like my helmet?
No.
So we're gonna play a game to start this off. I want you to. I'm so nervous. I want you to tell me when it should be blurred.
Within the first frame.
How's this?
That's my answer.
Dylan?
Within the first frame.
Stop.
How about this?
This is not Macy's all over again.
You guys tell me. You guys tell me when it should be blurred. You guys, it's going up. It's like a clock. Jason?
I've already stopped it.
I already told you. Within the first frame of existence should have been blocked out.
Because you gotta tell me when it's.
We already did. Will you stop? Just stop.
That's about as high as I'm willing to go.
I wish I was higher.
I'm gonna be blurred the whole time.
No, what?
Welcome. Welcome to the Tesla podcast.
I wasn't there for that, but that was hilarious to hear that.
Yeah, you were.
No, you were there for it. I'll tell the story in just a second. We have a lot to get through. Oh my god, I can hear again. That's weird how that changed my ears.
I completely zoned out for everything, haven't I? It's so fucking boring. I'm just kidding.
Thanks, Elon. Jason. Jason.
Hi.
It's been too long, Jason, since I've seen you.
It has been so long. I've started studying. I've started going back
studying,
and I've been trying to
real estate license.
Get my homage. No, why would I be a pussy like that? No,
I
gotta be a real man's game.
I think I have to bleep that.
No, power to you guys. It's gonna suck for the next 2 years. Power to you guys. You guys make
4
it
years.
That far.
It hasn't even, it's 4 years.
No, it's 2 years right now.
What do you mean?
But the bubble. No, it's just no. It's not that. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the whole bubble popping and everybody slowly trying to actually pull out now. That's gonna be a 2 year process for them.
Everyone needs to pull out.
Jesus.
For the next 4 years. Anyway.
Speaking of pulling out, we're just gonna get right into this because I got a lot to talk about. I don't know about Jason. Yeah. I'm thinking about, just in terms of what we were just talking about, I'm thinking about starting a religion. Because that's the only way people will listen to anything you have to say.
It's not true. Look at Catholics. They don't get to hear anything.
I don't think I get the reference. It's just like, it's getting crazy. It's gotten crazy. It's too late. It's already past the line.
We passed that line since 2002.
Over the door. 2000 went?
2002.
What happened in 2002?
What?
What happened in 2002?
2002. You don't know that?
I think he was.
No, with the 2000s, everybody was losing their mind, and then we had 9/11 that came in. And then
2001.
2002 was everybody coming in and was like, you know what? This is gonna go well. And then I remember when I was in school, they were like, you know what? We're gonna put some tests to you guys, and we're gonna see where you guys stand. And then they called everyone's a bunch of for like 2 generations, and I was like, "What?"
Jesus.
And I had to sit there and I had to be like,
too.
"What
What's
is
going
this
on?"
academic? Yeah, it was like a whole academic procedure for everyone.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I still vividly remember that. Yeah, no, but it happened in my generation. It happened before everyone else too. It was to the point where they're like, "We're gonna make sure that America stays #1 in education," and they accidentally screwed the education system really bad to the point that we're still struggling today.
Let me pause for a second. Are you quoting somebody with the R word? Or are you just saying that?
Nah, I mean, if I had a quote, I'd probably have to quote my elementary principal for that one.
Okay, well, good. Okay, well, then we'll call it a quote, and we'll leave it.
But isn't that along Eskimo lines where that's offensive too?
Oh, is that
offensive? Way past that. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. That's why I was shocked. I was like, "What's happening?"
I'm just fact checking.
Did I wear the helmet for the wrong reason? Is it no longer ironic? Is Jason falling into?
I think the new racism.
He's wearing red. I'm wearing green. What does that mean?
Well, you're envious, and he's communist.
I wish you would have said we're just Republican.
Yeah, but he's just Republican though. Because
he's got a dog.
No, that was my time where like I knew things were gonna go wrong. I was like, okay, this isn't fair, right?
He's
So we can go into a more normal podcast. I'm gonna go on this rant that I have here, since we're still kind of talking about the helmet situation.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just going to read this verbatim. I said, boy, did we choose the wrong time to stop making podcasts. Gulf of Mexico. People are saying it's more inclusive. Like the Republicans are saying it's more inclusive because it's the Americas. Technically, north, south, middle. But no. Oh, so I didn't know that Apple Maps did change. I thought it was just Google Maps, but everyone changed it to Gulf of America. That's the only time you'll hear me saying that. First of all, that would be the Gulf of Americas, not the Gulf of America, if it was inclusive. Second of all, it's very obvious the absolute last thing the administration is worried about is inclusivity. So to say it's more inclusive and that's why they changed it is insane. That's an insane take that I saw on TikTok. I think TikTok's turning into Twitter the way people
Twitter
like
wanted to
commenting.
be.
No. Like Twitter is where people just. Have you ever watched? I have a clip. I don't know if this is the appropriate place for it. On Twitter, there was just a guy just saying the N-word to black guys on what's the camera app that you switch that you just change people. What's it called?
Omegle?
So yeah, Omegle, whatever.
Yeah,
was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just calling them teenagers. Not the teenagers were being called it. It was an adult man, like 40 years old, doing this.
You right off who I am.
Apparently, okay, here's this funny. I don't know if this is true. This is just Googled. Apparently, they banned the word woman at the FDA.
Woman
and disabled.
Disabled
separately.
That's really bad.
What do they call a disabled person?
Not allowed to say it.
Your integrated strength is somewhere else.
So this is from Reuters.com. I don't know how true it is. Reuters. REUT.
Writer.
No.
Yes.
I feel like, I was gonna say I think writers would have came after them if they.
The White House said it's an error, so apparently it was a mistake that they banned the word woman. But that's not the words I'm looking for.
No offense, but how do you make a mistake like that? Like, aren't you have proofreaders?
No.
Exactly. So now we're having more issues to go along with that.
Because they also said that every person ever is a woman based off of their description of how people are born and when a life happens. They've also, every single human. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
According to the federal government, you're a woman.
Okay, that explains the boobs.
Those titas, hell yeah.
So they claim that whatever you were at conception is your gender. That's on a federal website. Do you know what you were at conception, DeepDish?
Oh.
No.
You were a woman.
Oh.
Do you know I was at conception, Jason?
A woman?
Oh, that's not hard to believe.
Do you know what the lady was at conception?
I'm going to guess a woman.
A woman, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Not a joke. This is why you have nipples. Because originally you were a woman and then you developed into a boy.
Yeah.
So, but according to their definition, at conception, that's your gender. So you are a woman.
Yeah, because what was the scientific term? Is that because you have an X chromosome building and it's until the Y starts to develop. And so
or gets added
as
in.
or added. I'm sorry.
We're not scientists. We don't know if it's true, but we know that that's true.
But like the most blatant process is that you start as an X, and then you're justified as to what is going to be next. Whether it's going to be another X to make a woman or Y that makes a male.
Oh, here it is.
And so.
But I have a quick question. They also said that if you were born in America, you're not an American citizen.
They said they were not specific enough. Because they're idiots. Yeah. So they literally just said, "What is it? You're."
So am I American or not?
I think
you are because you're white.
Wow.
That's literally what he said, pretty much. Did you know what he said about the South Africans?
Elon Musk? No.
No, Trump.
I know, but Elon Musk is South African.
Do you know what Trump said about the South Africans?
I did not.
He said the white South Africans should come to America, should migrate to America because they're dealing with troubles in South Africa.
Yeah. Look, all it was the fear of like.
So he wants migration.
Yeah.
For white South Africans.
The white.
The ones who apartheided the original South Africans.
I just, regardless of what anybody thinks, because I don't really want to get into this.
No, we're getting into it. Go ahead.
But I am going to say this. I think it's fucking great that this entire country is starting to fucking turn on that orange cocksucking piece of shit.
It's not the entire country.
It's not the...
That's my opinion.
I'm telling you, it's not the entire country.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate. It needs to be, and it's larger than I would have thought because there was a few viral, town hall meetings where Republicans were yelling at their Republican senators and statespeople, and were like, "What the hell are you doing?" So yes, there's kickback, not as much as there should be. Anyway.
Well, I think it's also in the infant stages too.
See ya.
It's a good example.
Where it's only going to grow from here because it's got to start somewhere.
You would hope.
And it's only been 4 or 5 weeks.
No.
Right?
4.
No.
4?
20th, so 2 days.
Okay.
No.
Regardless, suffice to say, it's been 4 to 5 weeks, and I'm surprised it's taken this long to get this many, but I can't imagine 4 months from now. Someone's going to either kill him or they're going to... I didn't say I was. I said someone.
We're going to have to bleep that part out, though.
Not bleeping,
make a black line.
Just to make it clear, that's not where I stand. Go ahead.
Okay.
On hopeful.
No,
I'm talking about hopefulness.
I was going to say, don't say stand right now, because...
I'm talking about hopefulness is what I'm saying. That's not where I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did. People on the internet do.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't be like, hold on, here's my stand.
People are going to turn on him en masse.
I disagree.
Way more than they are now.
Disagree.
Fair enough.
Do you know why?
No.
Because it's been set in the I guess the best word is zeitgeist for like 15 years now. That is a terrible thing. It's the worst thing possible to be wrong. People cannot be wrong, so no, they will not. Doesn't matter what he does. He's already had internment camp in Guantanamo Bay. It's a concentration camp, so not internment camp, because he's concentrating a bunch of people into a small area that it wasn't designed for. Yes, he's cut to me. For all factuality, yes, technically he claimed he's going to add tents to the island. Great. It doesn't make it available for non-criminal prisoners. Anyway, it's impossible to be. The worst thing in the world is for somebody to be wrong, especially online. So no, I don't think they will, because they will never admit they're wrong, because for the last 15 years they've been told it's the worst thing in the world to be wrong, because you'll be canceled for being wrong.
So, am I the only person that is okay with being wrong?
No, you're just a normal person. It's just, I'm talking about online and what people see.
I'm sorry, say that again?
No.
The next part.
You're just a normal person.
Okay. Just want to can you...
Make that your ringtone?
Something like that, yes.
Okay.
Make that a ringtone, stop. No, you have to also remember, like...
Go on.
This is the point that goes along with everything around it.
You also have to remember to talk during the podcast.
Oh,
I know.
Hurry up,
but the truth,
I got a clip.
Genuine truth is, along with it, is that you have to remember this guy's already been here with one term, and if any history kind of showed us is that it's usually, if you're here for a second term, anything you say will mostly go.
Yeah.
It's no longer a statue of where you have to sit there and talk to everybody for the next 4 years to hope that you can get something going before you leave. This is a second term, so now because of that, he pretty much has everyone in his hand for what he wants to do, and he's already
his previous tax plan just ended in January. So
yes. So everything's already started up Millhouse for him at this point.
Some of the Republican judges that he appointed are denying his stuff.
Yes.
So they're being judges.
Yes.
Yeah.
Going with the Constitution.
Yeah.
That he's abolishing.
Well, you have to also remember this. Just because he has deemed himself a Republican, right? There is no other no dumb.
He's not one, but yeah.
Exactly, and that's why a lot of Republicans are also trying to take a step back, trying to. I say a lot, but let's be honest. The numbers between the two are still not that insane amount.
Not enough.
Every Republican person is still, who generally wants to stay as a Republican, kind of knows this guy is going in a weird way, and we kind of want to stop that.
Do you know what he did in 2016 around thereabouts? He made. So when in 2018, 2019, I was not of the opinion that it was all that bad. I didn't see huge negatives, but what people were saying back then was how he was making everything so divisive, which again I didn't get back then. But seeing it now, he made, because I know I didn't know politics basically until Trump-ish was when Obama really, but it was when I was like getting old enough to do politics, where I didn't know that's not how politics was.
Oh yeah,
but he changed it to where, again, if you're wrong, you're an idiot. So you can't be wrong. Thus, 2025, people will say whatever he'll say, and has made it a cult where he can't do anything wrong.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of it, is that you're supposed to be this hierarchy that's supposed to lead us to a better part in life. No one's going to believe you if you're wrong in any instance, or if you made one bad choice, because if you're someone of that stature, you have to have an end goal, and if that end goal means peace, well then each step has to be correct in their eyes. That's why they always believe, like, that's the same thing that goes behind it. You can't be wrong.
Yeah, so that's how it used to be, where it was like, oh, I had a thought and then I forgot it. Where it's like, can you say what you said again, just a moment ago?
Which part?
That last like sentence or so.
No, when it comes to like the very end, like if you have a set goal of which is peace, then that means that person can never be wrong, because everything they do has to be towards that. It has to be correct in some way.
Okay, well that's what I was gonna say. So I had to do with the cult and being wrong. So it used to be where if a president you voted for did something wrong, you would say so. But now they just say, they'd be like, oh yeah, that wasn't very good. But now it doesn't matter what they say, it's good. They like, and they believe it's good. That's the thing. So it used to be like, maybe you like lie and say, oh, that wasn't that bad. But people are now just believe that it's good what he's doing. Like believing that firing 2,300 federal park employees is a good idea.
Oh yeah.
To get a stimulus check, apparently. Have you heard that recently?
Yeah.
Elon saying everyone's going to get $8,000. Every tax-paying American is getting $8,000 check.
You know what scares me?
No, but am I getting $8,000?
It's like one. Yeah, everyone.
When?
Well, we'll find out.
Exactly.
He just says stuff.
No, I know, but when did he say this? Because I've never heard
days ago.
this, and I want my fucking money.
A few days ago. You won't get it. Do you know how much $8,000 is for every American? It's about $1.4 trillion.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't save that much with all the firings and all the claims they made.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's no way someone's getting paid like $50,000 a week as a fucking.
No, someone is. They already make $2 billion a year.
Yeah.
They're getting the money.
So it's a pipe dream that I'm hoping for an $8,000 check to show up in my mailbox.
Correct.
Yes, like many other.
It's more like a pipe bomb dream.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I did not say that.
No, I said it.
I understand that. I just want to make it clear.
I didn't say.
Cut to me. If anything in the future happens with a pipe bomb, I had nothing to do with it. I'm going to put that out there. That wasn't me.
Don't give anybody ideas.
That clip is either going to age really well or really bad. I don't know which one.
I can tell you what's going to happen.
The banned words. So we're not running on this for an hour and a half. They banned the word trans. Can't say that. So trans fats, not allowed to talk about them. You can't say the word non-binary.
What about transportation?
Nope. Can't say it.
Just say portation.
Nope. It's banned. Banned word. It's a banned root word, apparently. Because trans is not a word. Wait a minute. That's not even a word. That's a root word. It's even a shortening for, I guess, technically transsexual, which isn't right.
Right.
Transgender. It's like a shortening. It's not even a word itself. So that's stupid.
No, it's a root.
Non-binary. Also, so you can't talk about computers. Can't talk about quantum computing. It's non-binary computing. Diversity. They banned that word in the federal government. They didn't ban it to be clear. You are not banned unless you work for this agency in the federal government. You're not banned to saying this. They can't obviously legally ban that for Americans. First Amendment.
Essentially, it is just a corporate office. Like, we can't ban. We're not banning the word, but we believe that this word does not work.
So yeah, they banned the word diversity. Not allowed to talk about that word in the National Institutes of Health and some VA regions.
Oh, I thought you were going to say health insurance or something. I was like, they banned that word?
Then he's talking out of both sides of his mouth when he's getting people exported, for lack of a better term, out of this country. Like, how do you differentiate?
In terms of diversity, yeah.
Yeah.
He also banned the word women and COVID.
Also banned what was before COVID?
Women. The word
Who's
women is banned.
Is he married to a trans?
Don't say that.
No, that word's banned too. You can't say that.
It's banned in the government, in a sector of the federal government. He banned used discussions of these words. You can't talk about COVID apparently in the federal government. That's great.
So what does the CDC do?
Can't talk about it. Actually, I don't know which sector. It doesn't say here which sector of the government, of the federal government. You're not allowed to talk about it in.
Well, no one works at the CDC anymore anyway. It's going to be apartments before it's all said and
done. a growing number of federal health agencies are not allowed to say the word woman.
So CDC.
Or diversity.
CDC.
It doesn't say specifically, but could be.
That's a health organization, dude.
Yeah, but it says growing list of health organizations, so it doesn't say which ones.
I understand that.
FDA is also one.
We do both agree that the CDC is a health organization. Is that correct? Do you believe that or no? Yeah, I don't want to get into a
Cut to me?
It's very simple. Yes.
Yes.
Or no. Okay.
Let's stay at the camera for like 10 minutes. Yeah, so those are the banned words. There's more, but I can't find the list that I found.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Because I really want to get through this and then go on to the next thing. But I want to get it right. This is the list that I saw. Fantastic. This is from the grantwritingandfunding.com. So it's a .com, not a .gov. Take that with what you would. Activism, activists. I don't even know this word. Advocacy?
You're like
advocacy?
Yes, you're like an advocate.
I didn't know that word.
Advocate.
This is a lot. Oh, shit.
Advocacy?
This is like an A to Z situation.
How many of these are all banned?
Yeah.
Dude, we don't have time for this kind of list.
I'll show it here, I guess. I'll run through the fun ones, though.
The fun one.
Black and Latinx are banned. It just says the word black.
When I installed
Latinx.
So
Okay.
should I call them lights out curtains that I installed in my living room?
Are you a federal employee?
No.
You're fine.
You'll be fine.
Enhancing.
But now you know who's part of the federal government. If they say, "Hey, man, we gotta check out those lights out curtains," and you're like, "Hey, hold on, what'd you say?"
Wait a minute.
Wait
Gender.
a minute.
Gender is no longer allowed to be talked about in health organizations. Some health organizations. Female.
Why is this important?
Inclusion. It's not. Inclusion.
To him, it is.
Nope. He doesn't have any morals, or he doesn't have any. What's not morals? That's not what I meant to say. No.
The sense of humanity.
No. Stop. You just said the word. Why does it matter? He doesn't have any convictions. He just does stuff. It's not convict. If something happened tomorrow, it made him change his mind, he would. Like, it's not convicted to these things, I'm sure. Multicultural. You know what? It's gonna happen. You know what? The rest of this podcast, I'm just gonna say a random word throughout the rest of the podcast, and it's gonna be banned. The word that I'm gonna say. So we'll move on from this. I'll come back to it. My own.
Well, it's been nice doing these podcasts with you guys.
Systemic.
We don't. Systemic.
Can't say it.
I just did.
Well, neither could he.
Anyway.
He had issues with saying the word.
Shut up. So my point to this was, it's a good thing that Republicans like smaller government, right? Telling people what they can and can't say, that's smaller. It's a good thing that's what they voted for, versus smaller governments. Did you get it? Did you get the smaller government you were hoping for? Or did you get more banned things that don't affect your life so you don't care about it? Is that what happened?
That's what I was saying to you, though. Eventually, all this shit's going to hit the fan that's going to start affecting more people's lives. And they're going to be like, for example,
doesn't affect them.
All buy is groceries. Let's just use that as an example.
Cut the camera.
Groceries. Let's use that as an example. Let's just say that prices continue to increase. That affects everybody, no matter who you are or what you are. If you
true.
If you eat,
because affecting
it affects you.
Affecting is meaning like
food prices.
Correct. I'm saying, but like affecting means challenges your way of life. Is that the word affecting? Is that how you mean that? So for the richer people, it wouldn't affect them because they can still afford the higher groceries. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's all I mean.
Count.
Like yes and or yes but is what I'm trying to say.
At this point.
But I was talking about the general mass. As
you're saying the people who would have voted for Trump in like the trailer parks.
T voter would be affected by that, as opposed to a billionaire. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
The rich,
but they won't see it.
Everything deflects.
Here's the thing: I've seen debates. People have brought this question up. Do you know what they say? So they say under Biden, grocery prices went up, and they blame Biden. When this guy named Dean something Withers, I think his last name is, when he brought up and asked the question, okay, since January 20th, egg prices have gone up a bunch. Is that Trump's fault? They say no, because he just got in office, so you can't count it. And they're going to say that for the rest.
When are we going to count it?
They're going to say it for the rest of the time. They will not accept that. Biden affected grocery prices. Trump doesn't affect the grocery prices. That's what they've said.
I gotta tell you, I am this close to not coming back from London.
Don't say that.
I'm not joking.
No.
Fuck this bullshit. These people are stupid motherfuckers. And
Europe is getting... I know London's not Europe, but Europe is getting bad too.
Not this bad.
Yes, it is. It's just they don't have freedom of speech and freedom of media, so you haven't
I was
going to
say, a lot of places outside don't have media to actually go outside.
It's getting bad.
A lot of it stays...
Zimbabwe. See you guys later.
There you go. Haven't heard anything bad from Zimbabwe.
Okay, well, I don't know. That's 50-50 on my part. I can be honest with you.
My point was, to end it, it is simply all these... like banning words, which by the way they claim trigger words aren't a thing, but then they were triggered by these words. All they got was an intrusion on, at this point, federal employees, but who knows how far it'll go. Hopefully the judges keep it going. Just under the veil of anti-woke sentiment. It's not even anti-woke because it doesn't do anything. It's just the sentiment. We hate this woke stuff, so we're going to ban it.
We're going to start at home base, and then we'll see how far it goes.
Start here, on this side of the yellow line.
Mm-hmm. Strongest unit we have.
Oh, don't worry. You're not on this side of the yellow line.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have to worry about this. And then the yellow line is made of tape. So they can just...
So, to kind of take a few steps back to what you were talking about, DeepDish, when you're saying about how Gorsuch's impact and effect... what you're talking about is the financial statement of what everybody's position is in. That has already taken a huge turn.
No, I'm talking about when I went to the grocery store 2 years ago. I am convinced that I paid less than the exact same products that I paid for yesterday.
Yeah,
correct.
And that's just... But
you know the issue
for me it's always been coined as forced inflation, because I've heard this back in 2020. Everybody was trying to survive, which makes sense. You know, it was a very, very delicate time. I don't care what anybody says. It was a delicate time. There was procedures that were meant to be made to prevent, and whatever happened has happened. Now, my only ever problem was the very end, once things started to open up the doors. A lot of news medias kind of came out, and it's easy for you to miss it because no one cares. But when you actually take a second to look at it, and that's why you should know some of the stuff, a lot of the news media was companies, corporate companies, coming in and saying, we lost so much, we don't know how to recoup this. But to their eyes, they're only talking about just the money that they lost for their investors and money that they lost for whatever goals that they had in mind. That was it. And so near the end of it, they all came and said that we'll find a way to make this work with everyone together. And since then, prices has been going up since. A lot of people have been doing supplies and demands. Even the egg things, a lot of people bought those out of fear for some point.
Costco?
For some point, yeah. At one little point, it was used as a fear tactic because they were like, we're going to run out of eggs. And people started buying them like crazy before anything else. It's one of those fear tactics that kind of happens, you know. But in the end of the line is that everybody now acknowledges that we're seeing this inflation. But deep down, people who looked at that news for 1 minute knew it was going to come back at us. We just didn't know when it was going to come back at us. And here we are for the most part.
Do you know what happened after World War II to, I guess you could say, the American government?
I want to say I remember a few things, but enlighten me.
We figured out, I say we very loosely, I'm talking about the government and America in general. We figured out, just an ease of conversation, that war makes money.
Yes.
So do you know what we did immediately after?
That was Vietnam, wasn't it?
Vietnam.
Yeah.
We invaded Vietnam. We lost. In the same guide of money, COVID and 2020, banned word. As soon...
You can't point it out.
Correct. As soon as... That was just in conversation, that's why.
Okay.
You should
COVID in 2020, as soon as companies figured out that they can make inflation just happen, they did it.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as a thing figures out that this is a way to make money, they will do it. It doesn't matter who it affects.
I cannot.
And the only issue is with, well, not the only issue, but a main issue with that is in, what's the economic policy of America? What's it called? My head says communism. That's not right. What's the other one? What America
I don't know
is?
what you're talking about.
What America is, economic wise.
Like a
Democracy.
That's not economic.
Okay,
That's
no.
that's what I'm saying. Like the other word, like we're a republic of democracy, and then we're also, what's the economic policy that we use? I can't think of the word.
I can't either.
It starts with the C, maybe, not communist. What's the word? Like communism is,
Capitalism.
Capitalism. Thank you.
Capitalism.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm Joel.
I said thank you first, and bleep.
By the way,
Quarter in the jar.
You know what would be funny?
I gotta get through this.
Okay.
Remember that. What was the word?
Capitalism.
Capitalism. The issue with capitalism is, from what we've seen before, and again, not an economist, but the only way that these companies would then get rid of inflation is if we have a crash. That's what gets rid of inflation. The only time it ever goes down is a crash. Inflation always ever goes up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of, it's just like climate change. Yeah, it'll go down here, but then when you go this far down the graph, it used to be over here. So there's either a crash or companies make billions of dollars.
Yep. And never forget the best example we ever gotten,
9/11.
which again, not a lot of people ever think about, is the housing crisis. Because a lot of people are like, I can't get a house this, I can't get a house that. And all the old people are like, well, if you work hard, you can get your house. I'm like, no. If you take a second to actually look at some of these rules and regulations, a lot of them when you were buying houses were not real, did not matter, or never checked. And so for you to get a house during those times were very different. It's not because of, currency and the money, inflation, or whatever that comes in.
You're talking about 2008?
Yeah, 2008.
Yeah, what happened there is they specifically ignored the checks and balances.
Exactly.
And loaned out people money.
Yeah, to any names.
To buy houses.
To the point that they
couldn't
don't pick
afford
any names. Yeah, to the point that it all plummeted.
Thanks,
and then
Obama.
After that, everybody, after that, a whole branch came into being. Everybody double checked everything, quadruple checked, and now everyone double checks on every little point that you make. It's because of that issue. Because one person knew how to get a loophole going, and everyone made money off it. Banks made money off it until they realized they couldn't get it back anymore.
Race.
Well, what's going to happen is things are going to...
Jeremy.
What comes up goes down,
Jeremy?
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear me?
No.
Race.
Yes.
Can't say it.
I know. But by the way, speaking of what you should and shouldn't do, just bleep those words out and just have it appear on the screen right below you.
That's a lot of editing.
Okay. So
I'm not going to bow to government demand.
okay. You don't work.
I was gonna say maybe
anyway.
when you say the word, just have a little note band.
But what's going to happen is
Maybe.
what goes up comes down.
That's why I said
Law of
crash.
Physics, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Suffice to say, eventually there's a point of diminishing returns where things are going to correct itself. That's going to happen.
Not
when
correct.
This guy is in power, and
say power.
he is going to take credit for
Is it on the list?
See, I told you, I promised you the prices would come down, but you didn't have anything to do with it any more than people are saying you had nothing to do with them going up.
So
correct?
kind of. So when you have a
Somewhat.
crash, it does not equal out.
It was a very general point.
Okay.
I wasn't being...
Because the rich people, once again, are still fine
I
in crashes.
understand
Yeah.
Unless they're rich,
Well,
unless they have only investments in one place. But no one
I'll be
does
honest with you,
anymore
rich
who's
people
actually
don't
rich.
fucking. They're in their own game at this point. The filthy rich, I mean, not the rich, because the problem with the rich class is that name brand itself also changes depending on who's president.
Indigenous community.
Mm.
Okay,
Hey,
so are we...
I mean, when you think about it, they probably are their own different community. So yeah, maybe the filthy rich or.
No, that's a banned word.
I know.
Oh, okay,
I'm just
okay.
trying to play onto it.
I didn't
So
get
are
it.
we done with this whole conversation? Because I'm dying to find out what happened last night.
Yes. So to sum up, Elon Musk, neo-Nazi. Not
Question mark?
surprising, considering he was growing up in an apartheid state and benefited from the apartheid state. That's not an opinion. That last bit. Neo-Nazi is, I guess, up for debate. Whether he's just trying to feign, he's trying to like use Nazism or is an actual Nazi. But at this point, it doesn't matter which one he is. If he's using it or is one. Doesn't matter at this point. That's what
Until he walks through Macy's with you and is just stupidly...
So, in a twist of conversation where it leads into the next, let's talk about that story, because that's a funny fucking story that I don't know if I've ever told in its entirety. Lady, this is the question. This is the story I had a question about. So one time we were walking through Macy's. We're having fun in like a
yawning.
Broken down mall. Like, what was the mall called? We can dox it.
Gwinnett Place Mall.
Gwinnett Place. It was.
They're leveling that, and that's all going to become its own self-contained community with high rises.
Oh,
and...
Can you say community?
Yes, as long as it's not indigenous.
Yeah, that's okay. Sorry. Oh no, you can't say community diversity, so be careful.
I didn't say diversity.
Community diversity is banned.
All I said
community with a lot of melting pots.
Also, community equity is banned. So we were walking through this mall and like when you go to the end of the Macy's, it's locked and you can look through the doors like this. And it was just a shut down mall. I think it was the mall they filmed Stranger Things in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Aw, so I can never recreate anything from there because they shut it down.
Well, we can break in again.
No, it's being broken down. There's no to break in. It's broken down.
They haven't demolished it yet.
Anyway. We're walking through. We were just fucking around, right? We weren't doing anything. I don't know why we were there. I think we were...
We were there because there was a bunch of Elon Musk's cars out front.
No.
Someone was looking for one. Yes.
I know that happened. Oh, Jason.
Yeah.
I forgot you were a Neo Nazi as well.
Oh, wow.
Wow. There's the title of the podcast. Jason, I forgot you.
Maybe. I'll put a maybe on that one.
Like, I'd rather you not fucking put a maybe on that one at all.
Hey, sorry. Cut to me.
Hold on.
I got a fucking resume to build.
Wanted to buy a neo-Nazi's car. Apologies.
Don't you straighten that arm out.
The story in that I told, he's putting in the neo-Nazis.
I'm putting it in.
You better not.
Cut to the wide.
You better bend that arm, Dylan. You better not straighten that shit out.
Shot here. I took a photo on the way from work. This is like a Tesla, and on the sticker, it said, "We bought it before we knew who he was," or something like that. That's awesome. It was right there. Anyway, we were in Macy's, and we were about to leave.
He bamboozled us.
Speaking of bamboozling, we were about to leave, and I was
we were walking toward for some odd reason.
We were walking towards the front.
Yeah, they wanted to buy like cologne or something.
Doesn't matter. We were walking towards the front, and hold on.
I had to work my breathing. Sorry.
And I don't know where it came up. We were just walking, and I just like, went like this in my arms. And I was like, "Hey, DeepDish, can you?" I think this is part of the story I have told. Can you like lift one or like both? Can you lift one of your arms? And I was acting really confused. Can you lift one of your arms straight up in the air? I don't know what's going on. And he just goes, "I'm gonna use my left arm." He just goes, "You used your right arm." Because I said, "Can you lift your right arm?" I used my left arm. No, you didn't, because it's the right arm. So I would have made you do it because the salute is the right arm. So I'm gonna use my left just for the camera's sake. But he did it. Picture his right arm. So he just went like. I just started laughing. I was like, I think I hit it. I was like, "Stop it!" And that's the whole story. I don't know how you didn't see, because you were like shocked.
No, and I was walking.
Go ahead.
This for a while.
A few steps. Yeah, stop doing it.
He took a few steps too.
By the way, the whole time he said it was just up. Stop doing it. I guess you're off camera.
Well, that's why I did it.
Enough people are doing it on camera.
Okay, last night.
By the way, it happened again.
What?
Real quick, last government thing. I don't know who this guy is. Never heard of him before in my life. For the third time, though. So first it was Elon to the salute at the inauguration. And then it was not Roman salute, by the way. And then it was a priest who did the salute in, I think, Maine or something. And then it was, I don't know who this guy is, but he did the salute at some government thing. And then he was interviewed afterwards saying, "Oh, the media took that way out of context. Look what they're doing. They're doing it again, taking it out of context."
Are you talking about this?
Yeah. So it's happened thrice.
Okay.
And everyone cheered when the last guy did it. And a lot of people cheered when Elon did it. So it reminds me of that Star Wars quote. What is it? Democracy ends with...
Can you tell that story again?
Democracy ends with a roaring applause or something like that.
I don't know. Probably.
How are people so
fucking
stupid and ignorant?
Because they think.
Because they don't care.
So that's what I was talking about. It comes from the last 15 years of cancel culture. So they're tired of cancel culture. So they think it does because they don't think they're Nazis. They don't. They think they're joking about it, and that they're using it to rile up the left. So because of that, they're okay with it. First of all. Second of all, that's what barrier. That's what all is. It's what I said earlier. The veil of wokeness, of woke sentiment, of anti-woke sentiment. It's not real. They don't care about it. So they don't think the salute is a big deal. So they cheer for it because it makes people mad.
I hope when people do that, they get their fucking arm chopped off.
Hasn't happened yet.
Well, it will.
See, now that's what you're hoping for. Once again, I do not hope for such things. I do not hope for any violence.
I do.
No.
Do not.
But that's why you keep everybody poor. Because if you're struggling in life and trying to survive,
you can't afford guns.
What more do you have to think about?
The poor can't afford guns, right?
I can assure you, no, they can afford it. They will afford it one way or another.
Nope.
The problem they have is that they don't know.
I'm rich. I want more guns. Let's do
it. I want to shoot straight.
He's saying that, but he's not joking. Is the worst part. I might have to bleep that. Like,
yeah.
He's the secret investor in SYWB bitches.
I'm the only investor.
That's not true. I spent a lot of money on this podcast.
That's corporate America at that point. See, secret
that
investor.
Computer right there is $1,800.
The computer that keeps getting
and it keeps glitching out every fucking 5 minutes.
Reset.
Dude, I dropped something on it and I dented it again.
Oh, we're talking about my foot now.
I apologize about that.
I'm
so Jason.
busting your chops.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
That's my that's my two.
What the hell happened? What are you talking about?
Media always has issues.
You had a long phone call from work?
What's up?
Long phone call
from
from work?
Slip up
you messed up?
Yeah.
Ooh, let me sit down.
Oh, hold on.
It was really bad.
Did you just get in trouble?
Yeah.
To be clear, that barrier and barriers. They had to add the S on there for some reason.
We added a shield instead. No funny? All right.
Well, I'm waiting for you. I want to hear how you got in trouble.
For what?
Annoyed by this.
Well, to preface this.
Call you on your day off and.
They called me to cut.
To preface
the
this
conversation was that
real quick. I don't know what this is. Come to me. I don't know what this is about, but I'm gonna take a guess. I'm just in the middle of the frame. The last few weeks, Chef has been kind of pissed off at Jason, just in general of like working around and having to ask questions about. Not in the right, by the way. Jason's doing his job, and Chef gets here. So I think it has something to do with that. That's my guess. Jason.
Yeah, the chef wasn't involved. It was a manager.
Damn. Next.
No. It was.
Is this too fresh to talk about? Like, are you?
No, I mean, there isn't really nothing really per se about it. It's just very poor timing on my end. With my tiredness and trying to balance some things out, and it has not worked out in any way.
Check. Okay.
But I thought I would recoup from tiredness and from the doctors.
Yeah, dude.
It got to the point to where I was like, I took all the advice that the doctors gave me seriously, and so I've been taking a step back from everything. And so it kind of bit me in the ass because now that I don't have that sense of urgency that I kind of give out as work, it kind of got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm starting to work harder, not smarter. Essentially, that's the whole situation that kind of led up to it. The issue at hand was I had a party of 9 very lovely people.
You say party of 9?
Very lovely people. A lot of people came together. The managers were talking to them on the phone this whole time too. Like it was a lovely start. Everybody was enjoying themselves. And for the most part, since I didn't really have that backbone anymore, and I was trying to.
We're listening, Jason.
No, that's fine. You finish.
Sorry, the way you said that.
Wait, cut to Jason.
The way you said that.
I just love.
Oh,
damn it! You saw it on the camera.
Yeah.
All right, cut to me.
Oh my God! I don't.
Party of what? How much? What number was that, Jason?
What was the number?
What was the number?
It sounded very similar.
I've heard that word before.
9? Did you say 9? 9. I think you pronounced it wrong. Hold on, let me pronounce it.
I wonder where I've heard that word before.
I think over there.
Don't. That was a better joke. I wish one. He said, "I think over there," and his arm was up.
Yeah.
I think I've heard it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Jason. What were you saying? Part of your nine.
It's a little more up if you ask me. Pushes the arm up.
Seems to be in the sky in an airplane of some sort.
Yeah, essentially,
maybe a zeppelin of some sort.
Yeah, so everybody was the calm before the storm.
You can't say sword. That's
no one heard.
Sword. We had to align them in different
status
pillars.
Cut to me. Status.
Okay, can we get back to Jason?
Yes.
I'm not cutting.
The last thing I heard was party of.
So with the whole party coming together, everybody sat, and they were essentially my last table. So again, no issues. But like I said, with a sense of urgency, everything kind of be gone, and me trying to take a step back. My speed essentially just demolished. It's like cut in half. So everything I was trying to do to kind of just keep myself level-headed ended up backfiring. Poor them. They didn't get any water until 5 minutes in. I had a server assistant
thirsty
who,
bitches.
At this point, I don't know what their job is at this point. I'm kind of confused.
Don't say they and look at me.
But for the most part, they gave out water to like 3 people, and then they gave it to like 2 others, and then they didn't fill the rest. And then they didn't grab the water cups, so then I went back to get them water, fill it up, grab cups, grab silver plates and everything going. And by the time I got done with that, I couldn't even talk to them. Like, I hadn't even done any pitch to them. And so after doing all that, I'm trying to get this whole pitch system down. And again, I'm not checking on my time anymore. Like I said, I didn't realize it was now been 15 minutes, 20 minutes before they even got anything written down. And so now after that, getting drinks and finally getting whatever they wanted, it has now been 40 minutes. Amy has
drinks.
I'm sorry. I bleep her name down.
Big bleep.
Sorry, yeah. The manager has already been timing this whole thing in the background. So she's already been eyeing me and realizing, there's so much behind at this point for one person. And so now with all the appetizers being done, they were coming out, and then we got the main course. It became one big shit show. I had to get talked in the back of the office, but she had already left by then. So I had to get talked to the other 2 managers after that. And so, like I said before, with everything that's been happening lately, I've kind of been sitting back, and it annoys me because it just aggravates me because I'm not getting the answer yet. I've only been calling them, and we're like, we have to keep rescheduling this and that and this before we can get the final checkup with you. And so I'm just kind of sitting on the sidelines, and I can see my work diminishing.
Wait, you talking about the doctors, or?
Yeah, with doctors, and then I see myself diminishing with work, and then I see it diminishing with just life in general. I finally took one actual day of rest for myself, and I slept for like 20 hours just so I can actually have a good night's sleep. But none of it is showing. So now I'm kind of just sitting here trying to figure out what I can do. And like, I feel like a school kid too, because now they're like, when you come back to work, we're gonna have to sit down and talk to you. I'm like, what am I? I'm like, what is the principal office? And he's like, oh, it's gonna have to
worse
like
than
that.
the principal's office. The principal can't fire you. Well, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, they can expel you. Yeah. It's still the same thing though.
So wait, what?
But for the most part of it all, it was just one big shit show that I started from start to finish, and I feel really bad too, because I was like, it would be different if it was like the last part I went, where like for some reason we had 3 hostess, and then all 3 of the hostess gave me 2 tables and a party, and I had to sit there. I'm like, I haven't greeted not one, but now I have to be in charge of a 12 top, a 8 top, and then a 5 top that's sitting here.
I have a few serious set of questions that could seem like a joke because we're in front of cameras and stuff.
I know. I have some questions too.
Yours will be rude, I bet.
What?
No, they're serious though.
What?
I feel like you could have asked for help at some point.
Oh yeah, that was like that was my issue too. Yeah, it's just, again, I couldn't find.
No, I'm not talking
help.
about work. I'm saying like you're talking about how you're. It seems like a major depressive episode, and you can't sleep.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I already fixed it, so I think we're good on it now.
You fixed it?
I don't think you fixed it.
I don't think you fixed it.
What?
Because you don't.
You talking about the sleep for 20 hours?
Well, yeah.
Is that your fix?
No.
It has to be. I finally feel rested for once.
That's good.
Just because you feel rested physically doesn't mean you're rested mentally.
Are you okay, Jason?
Going in.
Okay.
I can't believe
conversation.
People would do that nonchalantly.
But they also have now.
They don't just do it nonchalantly; they do it sexually too.
That's what I mean.
That's the name of the podcast.
Say that.
That's the name. Oh wait, can you?
No.
No, you can't.
Can you imagine
just can't.
someone fucking like hogging that shit like a plunger, just going just fucking up and down?
Kidding me? Sexual preference.
Like how the fuck could you imagine that?
Immediately cut away from me.
By the way,
The breast thrust.
That's a bad thing nowadays. If you didn't know,
kind of.
they don't know that.
Like,
DeepDish can be any color. That's the point. That's the point of the mask. It's like Batman.
DeepDish can be any color.
That's the name of the podcast.
That's nasty. I swear to gosh, if you come in and go, "What's my home?" I'm gonna get really mad.
Pause. Did you just say, I swear to gosh?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You just said God. You can't say that.
Yes, you can't. Wait.
You can't say God.
What do he care
Are you
about?
kidding
He's
me?
a
That's the one thing they want you
non-believer.
to say. Capital G.
Why?
Because they're religious. Remember, I'm going to start a religion?
You are, but I
Don't
hope
worry,
it's
don't
not
worry.
that religion.
I'm going to start a religion, and
Careful,
it's only going to take about 2,025 years for it to go bad. Don't worry.
It didn't take David Koresh that long.
Who?
David Koresh. Waco, Texas. That's where you got Drink the Kool-Aid from, and all those people died.
Oh, that was his name?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Once again, a failure.
Don't you people know history? Weren't you alive?
Once again, a failure of the ATF.
Weren't you? Weren't you alive? Oh.
Okay, we got to plan something. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Next. So, the phrase, the term, the word, Eskimo. We talked about this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
We were incorrect in some ways and correct in other ways. We,
Makes
meaning
sense.
me,
We did no research on this conversation.
prior. Now I've done research is the thing. So, no one knows. Etymology of Eskimo, no one knows.
So it's not offensive?
It is. Intriguingly
Oh, so you're
enough,
saying a bunch of randoms just took the word and said, "Yeah, this is ours."
No.
I'm just kidding.
intriguingly enough, when you have a language that's not spoken by white people, there's not a lot of etymology around it. Isn't that interesting?
Meanwhile, they always try to examine everything. How the fuck they miss that?
So the closest thing we found is that it's it could have come from a French word meaning raw meat eater. Is why it's expensive. Stop laughing at it, Jason. So the
But I eat raw meat.
fantastic.
Coming at you live and raw. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
Anyway, so the colonizers who came over used that as it used it derogatorily. They used it to say negative things about them, the Inuit people.
Should we eat raw meat on the next podcast?
No. What the fuck are you talking about?
You asked me to explain this to you because you're curious about the offensive nature of it, and then you make jokes about that part of the conversation.
I find that part of it very funny. I didn't expect that part of it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's okay.
Why is that part funny?
Because it's raw meat eater. Everybody eats raw meat.
Not everyone does, first of all. Second of all, when you use it in offensive ways, how does no one understand this? So you're in line with the troll comment that we got, which is why I brought this up for part 2. You're in line with a troll comment that was like, so what? They eat raw meat. What's the problem? When they used it in an offensive way.
But I'm not using it in an offensive way.
Not you. That's why the word is offensive.
Okay.
That's like saying, I don't even know if I can say this, but like,
no, don't.
Back in terms of the N-word.
Here we go.
No, listen, because it's in line, and the comments talking about this, it's in line with the same directive of it wasn't offensive, and then it was because someone used it, the N-word.
Yeah, so the name itself took a whole new meaning.
Because like if you say it in Spanish, it just means black, right?
I'm sorry?
How do you say black in Spanish?
Negro.
That's what I just said. So if you say it in Spanish, it just means black. So it was a twisted term from another language, just like Eskimo.
Yeah. Okay.
They are black. They're not the N-word. They are meat eaters. They're not the Eskimos. Voice crack. It's the same exact thing.
Okay.
That's it. That's the reason.
Fair enough. This podcast is
it's really quiet in here now.
It's so chaotic now. We're so like.
Let me get Ham back on the podcast.
All over the place now.
We need some sense of normalcy. When are you going to have another guest? When is I
haven't messaged anyone. I haven't messaged anyone. So what we need is consistency. When we do several weeks in a row, it ends up really well. You guys, I tried to bring it back on track, and you guys kept going off on tracks and stuff.
Yeah, anyway. I didn't know my health was the off track part. No, just kidding.
That wasn't the off track. The off track was fucking.
Listen, prop your dead body up like Weekend at Bernie's, and we'll just replay.
Can we have one episode where DeepDish references something from this century? For God's sake, please. One time.
No, we need him for the demographic for the 90s and 80s. Century.
So what?
Just all I'm asking.
No, we need him for that age group too, because we need everybody at this point.
That's true.
Referenced World War II, and that's
you referenced World War II.
To be fair,
don't talk to me about this century.
To be fair, I also referenced 2025. It's happening again.
Okay.
Anyway.
Guess my child? You okay? Damn.
We had a bunch of comments on the post where I said something about Eskimo, where I posted the thing me saying that it's
I want to hear this.
So, in a new segment, my nose is fucking killing me. In a new segment we're going to be responding to comments because it's a new segment because we don't have comments. So now we have comments, so we're going to voice crack and talk about them.
Oh, we do? Oh,
a lot of comments, dude.
I'm not going to like this.
41 on one post.
Okay.
But that's more than literally...
Are they good comments?
No. It's more than literally... Well, mostly. It's more than literally all comments put together we've ever had, including the ones you put on our YouTube channel.
I am going to start making comments like you wouldn't believe.
Don't. First of all...
Go.
So I posted the clip about how Eskimo is offensive, and I gave my gist of last time before I had it researched. I really didn't get anything wrong. The only thing I didn't know is that it was the raw meat eater, and I said it came from white people colonizers, and they were like, no, it didn't, but it came from, if it came from anywhere. So also technically it's part of their language as well. Like some Eskimo, some Inuit people do say Eskimo.
Yes, but the word didn't have the meaning did not stay.
But yeah, exactly. And still, if it did come from anywhere else, it would be French, which is white people. So I don't know why. I guess they don't think European like white. Anyway,
if they're from America, yeah, then I think they're white. They're gonna look at them and be like French. Look at
comment number one.
Look at a brown one, like, oh yeah, he's kind of fried, huh?
So first of all, this guy's profile picture is him totally covering his face with sunglasses on.
Okay, you don't have to describe that.
No, I'm going to, because why not show off these people? So his name is Maybe Sergio.
Okay.
Don't know what you're talking about.
This is ours. No, they keep going. Oh, this is ours.
Hey, it's public information, man. I'm not doxing nobody.
This is
gonna get personal. Yeah.
So this guy said, and you'll see in those comments which ones I disliked and which one, like by our official account. Voice crack. What's going on today? Well, I've been awake for a lot. I've been awake for many hours. He said, "I'm offended that some people are offended by such things. It's a waste of time to grovel about our little offenses, though. So what did the I'm going to say the word. So what do the Eskimo think about the new Captain America movie?" What the hell?
What does that mean?
He's trying to make it like, I think he was trying to obfuscate and say, who cares what they think about this? So what do they think about this? He was trying to make a joke, but it wasn't even funny. It didn't make any sense. I understood what he was trying to say, but he was just trying to make a joke that didn't make any sense. This guy said, what does he look like?
Oh, my dog.
Hey, Jason, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Yeah. Hey,
I want you to roast this guy.
Roast? I don't have the energy to do any of that. I'm starving right now.
Hate speech.
I can't
say that.
The word hate or speech or the term?
The term together. The next term they're going to ban is freedom of. Jason, in a moment, I want you to roast that man. Okay, so he said, this is M.A.Kid. That would make German a racial slur. The people refer to themselves as Dutch. Doesn't make any sense for what I was talking about. Because German has never been used as a racial slur.
Okay, the guy in the picture,
Go on.
He's got a...
Yep.
Okay, with that kind of haircut, bro, he looks like he fucks that machine next to him. He doesn't even look like he plays it, bro. He just looks like he fucks them in his spare time.
You can check the group chat to see what he's talking about.
Okay, that's the haircut nightmares.
Those holes weren't made for bowling balls. They were made for something else.
No, they were. Yeah, no. He was determined to do one thing and one thing alone.
What position do you think he does? The coin slot?
The upside down.
The coin slot.
What the?
Can you cut the camera?
Oh, sorry. I got. The fuck is that?
And then I think because the troll doesn't count as a stupid comment because he's saying it on purpose. This is probably the stupidest comment we have, by Tyler Kellogg. Hope your cereal's doing good. I don't think Eskimo was a slur, just anyone that lived in Antarctica.
Okay. Please don't even address that.
Hey, Tyler.
Here we go.
If you cut the camera. This podcast is 40 minutes longer because he won't cut the camera in time.
Yeah, but the editor should be editing.
Oh, he will. Tyler, who lives in Antarctica?
Penguins.
Penguins do. That's true. The term you're looking for is the Arctic. Just that you should know that.
Yeah, you fucking moron.
Someone just said, no, it's not. In terms of Eskimo is a offensive word. Just said, no, it's not. Thanks, yo fool. Spelled wrong. Wait, how you spell fool?
F-O-O-L.
Damn. All right, well, he spelled it right, and I've been made one.
I would laugh if his profile picture was a mirror instead. He's like, you're
So this guy, named the Anime Corner, I called him out as and believe he was a troll. Because he would answer literally, I have it right here. I would say something, and 2 minutes later there'd be an answer, when it was like a 4-hour-old conversation. So he was on it. What was his question? And his photo is a picture. What's the kind of drawing you make at like the coastline where they make you have a big head and stuff? What's that called?
Caricatures.
It's a caricature of Luffy from One Piece.
Oh, I made that fucking up. I didn't know that was.
So the anime character, the Anime Corner, no posts. No, sorry, he's private, so I wouldn't know. But he's probably private.
I don't think it would matter at all.
Well, I want to see what he makes.
Why?
To see if he's a troll or not. Like if he posts his people's angry comments, I'd prove that he's a troll. I can't remember his original comment, I guess, but he was just talking about how he was just denying everything, even though people were shoving it right in his face. So he said, how is it offensive? Basically, I don't have the screenshot of the original comment. And I said, this is after doing the research, so I took the answer. I said, it is simple. And I was trying to be, maybe he didn't understand. White settlers used Eskimo as a slur, much like 1800s Americans used the N-word towards African Americans as a slur. Today, African Americans have expressed how much they don't like the people using the N-word, just like modern-day Inuits have expressed how much they don't like people using Eskimo. It's a preference based off past negative use. So I remember their comment. He was saying how it's similar to the N-word, and it's that simple. And he said, I can't believe you would compare the two. There's no way it's similar. And then that's what I said to that. And he said, oh, it's right here. He said to the comment, he said, if you think those two are even remotely comparable, we'll never see eye to eye. What you just said honestly blows my mind. Even though I just said a factual thing about history.
Got a fucking baby caricature in the background? What's going on?
I was wondering what was going on back there.
He's making music.
For
Sounds
what?
like he's burping a baby.
So yeah, we had our first troll. His comments are honestly probably still up because
I'm glad we're moving up. I'm glad we got people who looked at us and said, you know what? I'll take a second to fuck you guys for a second.
Dude, he did it for like 24 hours.
I was like, all right, that's not the response we wanted.
It was crazy. He was answering like seconds after for like 24 hours. This guy...
Thank you for the comments, guy.
I'm hoping this is just an internet photo, because Jason, I want you to roast this guy too, because the last one was very good.
Why do I gotta roast these people, man? They're just chilling.
No, because these are negative comments. So it's equal opportunity.
That doesn't need a roast, bro. That's not even a picture. That's a mugshot. That's just a mugshot.
It's a mugshot of what appears to be a potato with a wig. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Dude, what the hell?
So his comment was...
That's just this Mr. Potato Head when 20 years after the first film.
After the first what?
After the first film.
Is he going to be in the new documentary? His name is Pat Swayze, and he said...
You didn't have to say that. Why do you have to say these names?
So he used the white ball emoji, like the circle, the white circle, because he can't say the word white, apparently. He said, is he white? Period, question mark. Dead emoji. Telling us what Inuits find racist? The fuck? When I explained that it was an Inuit man who said that it was racist. I try to keep the comments, the responses to those either not at all or positive. So I said, oh, interesting. You seem to have commented before watching the whole clip. That's what I commented. Got a few of those in the books.
This is like a British insult.
What I said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's several people who were like,
dirty response.
The first comment we got was, got it, good looking out, meaning they agreed with it. And the other people were saying, I live in Alaska, this guy's correct, Inuit is the correct term here in Alaska. You can also use Inuit people. So there were people
we can
Alaska.
Use them? Oh, shit. I'm just kidding.
Jason.
You know, the most surprising part is this podcast has reached Alaska.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
We're in Alaska, baby.
I mean,
I'm just surprised people looked at us and said, hold on, I got to leave a comment here.
To be fair, we got 0 subscribers based off of that.
That don't matter. The fact that people looked at us for a second
1,800
matters.
views, 65 comments.
What if we go international?
We probably are. But judging on some of these comments.
Okay, we're going to have to wrap this up. I have to pee.
Now, if it's going for what I didn't want it to be, it's about to be an hour and a half.
Going on for 5 hours, guys. Thank you for sitting. We're going to do a lot of editing.
My watch is telling me to stand up.
Don't say we.
I'm going to go play Overwatch.
I thought you were going to eat.
Yeah, we're going to get food.
Oh.
All right.
We're getting food apparently.
Thanks for listening for so long. We're sorry. It's kind of jumbled. We haven't done this in a month and a half. We haven't done this in 6 months. Mm-hmm. We're back at it. We're going to skip another week. And then we're going to be back at it again. And then we're going to be back out for like 2 weeks because someone's going on a trip.
Who? No. In April 16th.
Yeah, I said if you don't
date yourself on that one. Don't
bleeping that. Hope we get some more subscribers. We're getting into the swing of things. Everything's in focus this week. I hope. Actually, I said that, and now I don't know about that camera.
Can you say swinger?
All right, that's a cue to end it. Brittany,
yes.
You've been rubbing your fucking fur. It's pissing me off. Bye-bye.
Status. Can't say that.
Bye-bye.
I'll say it again one more time. Women was also banned.
It's the only W word they actually put into that.
It's the only thing that we all are, according to them, and they banned it. Thanks. Because of the nipples, yeah. All right. Bye.
Get that out of here. Get out of here. Get.
That was a good voice. I liked it.
Sounds like a chicken.
Pardon me. You think chickens speak that way? Speak in general?
I'm offended that you don't think chickens speak.
Hold on.
Do you speak with accents?
No, I'm allowed to say that.